All right. Good morning. We're back out in the shop. It's probably, I don't know, 7 o'clock maybe. The sun's just starting to come up. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day in North Carolina. Went and got a tub. Got some hot water. Got some old rags laid out, courtesy of my brother. He was building a new bedroom suit for him in the wood shop and did a lot of staining. Well, he didn't use all his rags, so I'm going to repurpose them for him. Got an air hose, going to blow some of the, if there's nooks and crannies we can blow out, we're going to do that. Got a hot cup of coffee. Got an assortment of brushes and rubber gloves. So I think we're good to go. So let me get this in here, pour the water up in here, and then we'll bring you in closer and we'll start cleaning the compound stuff first. I believe that'll, work out a little better. And then what I'm gonna do with that old Purple Power is I've got the old jug that it came in and some cone sieves, or what do you call them, paint strainers. I'm gonna put a funnel down through there and get all the gunk out of it. I'm gonna try and reuse that stuff. They say you can use it, reuse it, might as well. So I'm probably gonna have a lot of parts of soap, so save me a little money, that's what we're gonna do. So let me get this poured in here, probably bring you in a little closer, and we'll start looking what this stuff looks like. We'll be back. All right, we got the hot water poured in the bucket here, and the parts are over here. So let's take our first look here. Not too bad. Let me grab a bigger brush out of the parts washer here. That looks pretty schmoozy there. See if we can't brush some of this stuff off in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Coming right off. I like it. I like it a lot. So, tell you what, let's get it over here in the big bin. Ooh, that water's hot. Wow. Well, the hot water made the difference. This stuff did pretty good, not gonna lie. Thought I seen a crack, but that looks like it's made that way. Oh yeah, definitely made that way. I'm glad I got a big bin. The water's sloshing around, but man, it's coming out pretty daggone good. Might have to change this water out a couple times. Man, the numbers, you can read the numbers really good. Wait until I get it out of here. I'm amazed. Brad Jacobs, thank you, buddy. Going back and rewatching them videos helped out a lot. Man, it really looks good. All right, let's try that. Ooh. So look at there. For as old as it was, nasty looking as it was, that sucker looks pretty good now. You can read the numbers. Of course, somebody banged on a little bit, but man, you can read all the numbers here. It looks really good. It cleaned up nicely. I'm impressed. Not, I mean, it looks good. I'm happy. I'm very happy. All right, so let's see if that's casting mark right there, or if that's some more schmoo I can get off. Nope, that's casting. You know what? Let me grab a little stripping pad here. I have these 3M stripping pads. Oh yeah. Okay, we're going back in the water. So I tell you what, I think it's just going to be a little bit of light scrubbing on this stuff, and we're going to get most of it off. And anyway, all the grease and stuff, I don't know about the paint. I'll have to look at it a little better and see. Of course, I don't think there was much paint on this. So, not that I'm not going to paint it, but everything that had grease in it and stuff, man, it cleaned up very, very well. All the threads is cleaned out. Stuff kind of stinks now that it's been sitting, got all the crap in it. All right, let's go back over here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, looking really good. Get a little bit finer Scotch-Brite here. Oh yeah. So I think it's just going to take a bunch of muscle power now. Well, not really. It's coming off pretty good. And we're just going to continue cleaning and taking out each individual part, rinsing it really, really good. Get all the crap off of it. You know, all the old grease is gone. There's not a trace of that stuff anywhere. So I'm really impressed with that Purple Power. Somebody said Zeps works better, but if it works better than this, well, it's good stuff. That's what I'm saying. I know one thing, all this stuff is heavy. So they said, you know, you kind of got to worry about flash rusting and all that stuff. So I'm probably going to take some mineral spirits as soon as it dries and wipe it down. Because I'm sure, you know, every bit of oil that was in there has got sucked out from the Purple Power. Man, these look good. Not gonna lie. Very happy, very pleased. Alrighty. Alright, so we're gonna continue on. We're gonna continue on cleaning parts. So I'll bring you back when I got them all done, and we'll lay them out here on the table and you can have a look at them. All right, we got all the pieces out of the Purple Power, and I am thoroughly impressed. All the parts came out, all the grease is gone, all the oil's gone. Very minimal effort. It probably took, I don't know, not even 15 minutes to get all that cleaned up. Found a couple more issues though. In the bottom of the bucket was these two broken pieces of casting. You know, it may just be a washer, a spacer. I don't know. I'm gonna have to hunt around and see where it came from, or it might be a part from something else. No telling. I couldn't find anything when I was looking at it, so we'll keep on searching. But everything come out really, really good. I don't see any wear in the ball screw at all. I mean, I just get the caliper and measure some of these teeth on the very end and measure some of this stuff in the middle where most of the travel would be. You know, compound probably doesn't get used that often, so we'll check that out. We'll go ahead and I think we're going to wire brush everything and paint it pretty quick. I don't want to wait too long because I might forget how it all goes back together. So get all this done as an assembly and get it ready to go back on. Definitely going to have to order some bearings. I mean, yeah, these are thrust bearings. Might as well. So we'll run down to the parts store, you know, as soon as they open, probably Monday. No, I'm sorry, that'd be Christmas, Tuesday. And they might be closed too, so who knows. Get lucky and find them online. They don't look too bad worn, but I mean, while you got it this far apart, you might as well do it. The handle is broken on it, so I'm either going to buy another one, or my brother's a very good welder. He teaches welding at the local community college, so I might just give it to him and see if he wants to tinker with it. It might not be worth it, but if he wants to do a little brazing or however he wants to do it, some nickel rod welding, I'm gonna let him have it. So let him try that. So next up is the taper attachment. We're going to get it apart and do this, or get it all rinsed up and done the same way. I'm going to take the Purple Power that's in that box right, or in that bucket there, and I'm going to drain it and scour through it, run it through a paint strainer. Any other little parts we see, we'll get them out too. But I'm thoroughly impressed with the Purple Power. Well worth the investment. I mean, it didn't take any time. I can't imagine sitting at the parts washer doing all this by hand. All I did was let it soak, and then I just brushed it off and rinsed it in hot water. The rust that's on here, I'm pretty sure that was the rust that was already there, so I don't even think I'm gonna wipe it down at this point. I'm probably gonna wire wheel everything, and then paint what needs to be painted and put it back together. Other than that, it looks really good. Thoroughly impressed. So we'll continue on. We'll get those two things done, and then we'll go back over there. I have to have my brother over here to help me with that. If these things were that heavy that I couldn't lift by myself, that saddle for sure is going to be heavy, and that tailstock for sure is going to be heavy. So that's got to come off, and then we got to take the lead screw, the ball screw there in the front, and the gearbox. We'll take it off, and we'll go through all that stuff. And then once all that big stuff's done, then we start stripping on the big lathe. Probably, I wish I could dunk that in Purple Power. Take a big box to do that one in, but we're we'll get it done. It's a winter project, so I haven't had it but a few weeks now, maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks, so moving along quite nicely. So we'll be back. All right, we got everything cleaned up. Very pleased with the results. I took all the old Purple Power and I strained it, all but this little bit right here. I'm gonna let it settle down. It's so thick with stuff it clogs up the paint strainers as soon as I put them in. So I'll let that settle out, and then I'll get the rest of that and probably run it through another strainer just for GP. Everything looks good. Let me come around here. I found 2 more screws on the cross slide bottom part. It holds that gib in on the other side, and it wouldn't come out. So we soaked it down with PB Blaster, and we'll probably just continue on to come out here every once in a while, spray it with PB Blaster. I'm in no hurry now. So I still need to figure out where these couple broken pieces come to, or if they might not even be part of the lathe. It might be something that was just stuck in there from something else. It's kind of hard to tell. But everything's cleaned up, good to go. We're going to go ahead and wire brush everything. That Purple Power did a great job of taking off all the new paint. It didn't do much of the old paint. It did pretty good. I mean, it's not too bad at all. So we'll wire brush that stuff off. Most of the grease, if not all the grease, is gone. Very little bit of cleaning left to do on that. So we'll go ahead and we'll get all the stuff wire brushed, probably Scotch-Brite everything, and then we'll tape it down, figure out what needs to be painted, tape it down, clean the machine waste pretty good, or the machine surface is pretty good, and get it ready to reassemble. So I'd like to get it assembled. Oh, I need to get the bearings ordered. So I was able to, after getting the bearings cleaned up, it had a name on it. So hopefully this is Andrews D2. So hopefully we can cross-reference it and be able to get those ordered right away. So I'd really like to get them here. That'd be awesome. Get them pretty quick. So I'm gonna give my local bearing supplier a call. You can probably hear that. Got a little grit in it, so. They were nasty, that's for sure. Might as well replace them. I'm going to replace them, no question. We'll get that in the thrust bearings, or thrust washers, thrust bearings, golly. And get all that stuff ordered, get the handle repaired that I got, and just continue on motoring on it. I'd like to get all that. I was going to tear everything apart and just put it together at the end, but the more there's so many little pieces in this stuff. There's so many little pieces in this stuff, I thought I was getting a fire call. That I think I'm going to do each component like this. It just makes a little more sense. That way, I won't get confused on what's going on. So I need to get this stuff ordered. We'll get it all start putting back together, and we'll see you next time. Today's Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas to everybody. This will probably come out the week after Christmas, but either way, Merry Christmas. See y'all.